Hi everybody in my TSTO Harry Potter group and YouTube channel. Okay, so now I'm at year 7, chapter 50. Getting so much closer to beyond. Really trying, but so much stuff to do. So here we are. Chapter 50 is called Turning Point. You think that the amulet your dad carries may be cursed. Does your dad know? Can you convince Jacob? Well, let's see what we can do here. Not the most fun guy to have a conversation with, I guess, but oh, well, we'll talk to him. He won't listen anyways. Here we go. Jacob, I'm glad you're here. I've got a lot to tell you. Your owl said you've been researching Ryuski. That true, or did you call me here just to lecture me about how Dad is manipulating me? No, I really did want to tell you what I've learned about Ryuski. All right, well, where have you been researching? At the Ministry of Magic. The archives have all kinds of information. The Ministry? Just wait until you hear what I've learned. I really don't like actually talking to Jacob. He's kind of I don't know. What nice word would be. Maybe things will change later on in the storyline. Hopefully. Let me make sure I got this right. You think Dad is cursed because he has an amulet that may have been accidentally cursed by Ryuski? Exactly. I learned that things can be cursed during moments of intense emotion. I would say dying when you're completely innocent is quite intense. Wouldn't you? Dad might be cursed. Keyword might, Grogu. But to tell you the truth, I don't think he is. He's exactly the same as he's always been. I think that perhaps you're just looking for a reason to make Dad seem like the bad guy because he leads R. He is the bad guy, Jacob. Need I remind you that Rowan died because of R? That you got trapped inside of a portrait for years because of R? Rakepick went rogue, you know that. Dad would never have allowed any of that to happen if he'd known. How do you know? He could have just been saying that. I know because we've been talking. Dad is furious with Rakepick and he feels guilty about everything. Look, I think we can clear this whole thing up if we just talk to Dad about what you learned. Why would he admit to being cursed? He said it's possible to sense dark magic on a cursed object, right? Then you'll just have to take a look at the amulet. I'm sure Dad won't mind. I'll go with you, and I'll take a look at the amulet myself. 2 sets of eyes are better than 1, aren't they? Yeah, all right. Let's go then. I don't want to waste any time, especially if Dad is cursed. Oh. I know it's just a story, but my God. It's kind of annoying, actually. It's getting to that annoying part of the story. Okay, let's go meet with him again. Oh. At least there's butterbeer. Grogu. So you wanted to meet because you think I've been cursed by an evil amulet? How did you know? I may have mentioned you're concerned about Dad being cursed in my message to him. Jacob, you had no right to do that. It's not like you told me to keep it a secret. I've got to do with him anyway. He deserved to know why we wanted to meet him. Settle down, you two. Grogu, don't snap at your brother. And Jacob, you should be more considerate of your brother's feelings. Since you already know, I'll just come right out and explain. Objects can be accidentally cursed when a witch or wizard feels a strong emotion. All evidence points to that amulet having been cursed when Ryosuke died. Sometimes you refer to Ryosuke's dark scroll as yours. It's like you're not yourself. That amulet isn't cursed, Grogu. Look, I'll tell you all about how I got the amulet. Tell ya. Almost there. There we go. I examine every artifact I find very carefully. I check them for all sorts of nastiness. That includes curses, Grogu. I carry this amulet around because it's the first Ryosuke artifact I ever found. So it's like a memento. Exactly. I'm not sure where you got your information, but I know more about Ryosuke and his artifacts than most. This amulet isn't cursed. Go ahead and take a look. I promise you it's perfectly safe. Some of these expressions. See, Grogu? I told you. Just an old amulet. Dad isn't cursed. Yeah, he probably switched it. You're right. I didn't feel anything. It's just a little cold. That's metal for you, Pip. If that amulet really was cursed, I never would have held on to it, especially not with two young children. I would never endanger you two. I'm glad we could talk about this, especially if it was truly bothering you so much. Thanks for talking to me. Of course, it's important for family to be on the same page. Like, say, joining our... Not this again. Don't you want us to be family? Your brother's already come back. It's a whole different organization without Rakepick. That's the last I'll say of it today. Get back to school and think about it. Join her. Ugh, so give it up. I'm not picking that decision unless I have to. Anyone else feeling the impending end of the school year and stressing out? Worrying about graduation and Newts, I've been having stress dreams every night. It's why I've been dreaming about a cauldron chasing me. You look glum, Grogu, baby. I'm just worried. It's about your dad, isn't it? Sort of. It's about Jacob. He rejoined R. What? Why? I'm not entirely sure. Admittedly, I didn't ask why Jacob rejoined R. I was too stunned to ask him. There must be a reason, and we certainly can't figure it out together. Then let's hear them. I need to know why Jacob would rejoin R. Yeah, that's not good. I wish there was an easier way to get through these stories. I want to find out what happens. I just hate all these classes you gotta do before you can actually do the storyline. They're a pain. Oh, I can skip. There we go. There is absolutely no reason Jacob would rejoin R. They trapped him in a portrait for years. I agree, it seems unlikely. That's what I thought, but Tulip and Barnaby had good points about why Jacob might rejoin our. This is the first time we've seen our dad in quite some time. I know my parents weren't the best, but I'd still give anything to talk to them, even after everything they did. Look, the family angle is cute and all, but maybe Jacob is just sick of the ministry acting all high and mighty. I know I am, always telling us what to do and what not to. He did say that if ministry was corrupt, it wouldn't be so bad to clean them out. I didn't agree with him. Even if they are corrupt, ministry officials are still people. Someone has to stand up to corruption, Grogu baby. I hadn't thought of it from either of these perspectives. Then it's good you decided to discuss with us. Put yourself in Jacob's position, Grogu. Why would he join our? I think he joined to get closer to Dad. Jacob always looked up to Dad when we were growing up. He wanted to be just like him. And after hearing Barnaby's point of view, it makes sense that Jacob would choose family. Just to be clear, I would never join my family. The only way you'll know Jacob's motivation for sure, though, is if you ask him yourself. You're right, Kira. I'm going to talk to Jacob. I need to know what would make him choose to rejoin our. Okay, let's talk to him. Wish these things would stop popping up. What an annoyance. Hey, talk to Jacob. Jacob agreed to meet me here. I'll just cast Vermilius. Vermilius! Ugh. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. You sure seem to want to talk a lot lately. Have you thought about Dad's offer to join R? That's partially why I asked to meet you. First, I want to know why you decide to rejoin R, especially when you know they're planning to use mind control. I mean, they're using mind control to get corrupt officials to step down. Perhaps if I knew why you joined R, then it would help me make my decision. Personally, I think you joined because you wanted to be closer to Dad. It's a good enough guess, but not quite why. I'll tell you exactly why I rejoined R. Okay. I gotta try to get a couple of chapters done this week. I'm so excited to get to Beyond. I'm hoping my stats will be enough, but oh well. I'll just study a little bit more in the library. Get them up. Plus, I think I still gotta do those owls or newts or whatever you want to call them. Death Eaters escaped punishment, Grogu. The Ministry isn't doing its job of protecting us. That's why I rejoined R. If the Ministry isn't going to do what's right, then someone has to. Dad did tell me about some of the Death Eaters who escaped punishment. Then you already know why I joined. I mean, blimey, that Madam Umbridge used Veritaserum on us. It's illegal to use Veritaserum during a Wizengamot trial. How much more proof do you need, Grogu? Surely you must understand by now that the Ministry is corrupt. They only care about themselves. You're right, Jacob. The Ministry has made mistakes. There's no doubting that, not based on what I've learned from Dad and Mr. Elderberry. Then I don't see why this is something you're so hung up on. The Ministry wouldn't hesitate to use something like mind control. We're fighting fire with fire. Jacob, the Ministry needs to be dealt with, and R is the only group up to the task. We're testing Ryosuke's creation soon enough, and then everything will be better. You'll see. You're testing the device, but Dad said he needed a powerful Legolemons. I may not be as powerful as you, but I'm still a Legolemons. And since you've been so stubborn lately, I decided to step up and offer my abilities. You're going to help Dad use mind control on someone? The end justifies the means, Grogu. It's unfortunate what has come to this. We'll be testing the device with or without you. Jacob! Oh no, I can't let them test that device. The ministry could be in danger. Great. Well, now, that's a fine dilly of a pickle. Oh, okay. Is that it? I think that's it. I don't see anything else. Well, it seemed like a little shorter chapter, only 15 minutes. Okay. Well, that's the end of the chapter. So now they're about to use that device to test it. So Grogu's off to go and stop them from using it. So stay tuned for the next chapter. I'll see you again when I do chapter year 7, chapter 51. Just finished chapter 50. And if anything pops up, any TLSQs or anything important, I will be covering it. Anything I can. Kind of disappointed I wasn't in Beyond to do that Weasley TLSQ, but that's another reason to get there. I'm missing out on a lot of good stuff, so that looked really interesting. Okay, so this here is the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery content. And until next time, happy tapping, because this is the way.